Folklore is extremely difficult to define. There are lots of people who have tried, and each definition seems to be a little bit of the truth but leaves something out. It's so ubiquitous, that it's so close to you that you kind of take it for granted. I grew up as a little kid in the suburbs of Fairfax County and below Alexandria during the World War II years. My family bought this farm in 1950, and we moved out here around that time. Filmmaking at the time that I graduated from college wasn't considered to be a viable career. I had to sort of figure it out myself. Wide angle, normal, telephoto. Telephoto was there. My father had this old house that here it was practically falling down, but he fixed it up for us, so we'd had no mortgage. I mean, you can imagine how helpful that was. So we were thinking, what are we going to do? Where am I going to work? What kind of jobs am I going to do? The landscape and film when I was growing up in the United States, unless you were in a college town that had an art theater or a big metropolitan area that it was primarily Hollywood. And I said, well, why don't we just see if we can sell movies, sell our films, make films, and sell them from our house here. And so there it is with the little pictures. And that turned out to be something that we could do.
God done got tired. You got to go to judgment, stand the trial. You got to go to judgment, stand the trial. You got to go to judgment. God got tired of your wicked ways. You know there ain't nothing in heaven done knowing the day. He said you evil deed. God done got tired. You got to go to judgment, stand the trial.
I started Folk Streams in about 2000, and that's what I've been doing with much of my life since that period of time. Folk Streams is a site where we stream these films and make them available free of charge to anyone. We selected films that are significant films in terms of documenting American folk life or life of communities and community scholars. These documentary films were significant, but I felt they were completely hard to find. All these films that didn't fit the network idea of what a film should be were sitting there, and we knew they were important. And how could we overcome this? And also, the other issue was, what was going to happen to these? Would they all be just lost because of neglect? We were before YouTube. But the big difference between us and YouTube is YouTube runs on algorithms, and YouTube has a profit motive. We're very filmmaker-centric. We have about 400 films on Folk Streams that are streaming now. And the best of these films are not so much look at the way the person played the Indian flute or the fiddling style of Tommy Gerald or something like that. That's in the film. The core of the film is a universal story, almost an archetype, and they're often about how cultures and people survived difficult times. That's a universal thing. I'm not so interested in making films now because it's getting so cluttered out there. So it sounds silly. There's too much of it. But as I've grown up and matured as a filmmaker, it seems to me the things that are closer to you are the areas or the places where you should focus your attention. So your obligation as a filmmaker is to make those things visible and to share them with other people. You look back and try to make a story of your life, but you don't really know why those things happened, really, I think. What's the meaning of my life? What am I going to do with my life? Folk Streams has been a great pleasure for me to have a role in which I felt that I was doing something that was helpful to people and important to the nation and to our culture. I could continue to do it, and here I am at 82 still doing it.